project from Avonline came about when they realised they needed some more storage space on site, and they are very, very restricted due to how busy they are, as this is one of their main hubs. My name is Adam Thomas and I am the Southwest Area Sales Manager. They got in contact via the website for us after already meeting us face to face at one of our shows. We started with a site visit, so where I came, met with the client and we did a walk around, did a full survey, marked out where the building was to be going, then sat down and started talking through the specification that was needed to make it fit their purpose on site. Once that was done, went away, prepared both drawing and a proposal for them to go over. Once they were happy with the design, we came back to site for one final site survey with myself and one of our senior operational managers, where we marked out the building officially, made sure the customer was happy with both design and layout, then went away and put the frame into manufacture. The CAD team worked with us from the very beginning. They installed a new concrete slab, so the CAD team helped by putting all of our external dimensions onto the floor plan of the building, thus then enabling the civils contractor to know exactly what size the concrete pad needed to be. Also, it helped to enable them to see the finished article and see what the building's going to look like at the end. At Spaciotempo, we're very lucky to have an abundance of stock, and the amount of fleet that we do have and our hire fleet enabled us to look at a long-term hire. This building is planned to be up for 5 years, potentially longer, thus enabling them to spread it over their OPEX budget rather than having a CAPEX at the start, which then furthered funds elsewhere within the site. And the specification that we were enabled to help them with was the fact that we don't have any wires inside the building. So they're able to wrap the building unencumbered by any restrictions. The unique selling point of these structures is the fact that we brace it within the corners of the building. Customers that need to rack or need to store at heights are able to do so anywhere within the building without having any restrictions, and there's not too many that are out there that can offer such things. The main obstruction that we had was the space on site. Again, because there's so little of it, we had to be very careful with how we put the building up and work very closely with the client on the quieter days on site, so we didn't interrupt any operations, something that we worked to very, very closely with the client on every job. On this particular project again, we had less than 1.5 metres on one side elevation and one gable elevation, but working closely with our ops team, they're able to overcome that and still put the building up on time. This installation has taken 7 working days to do. The biggest benefit of having a surface mounted structure is that we can add or take away to the length, the width, the height, simply just by request. We have a full wraparound cladding system, so our cladding sits on the outside of the uprights. Very uncommon in our industry, but is one that is vital, especially when it comes to high wind and rain. Having that wraparound clad and the cladding sitting on the outside of the structure gives it extra protection against the elements, again making these short-term buildings last for as long as the customer's willing to take care of them. The main advantage that Avonline have had is speed of action. We're able to be on site within 2 to 3 months after placement of order, and we are typically a third of the cost versus a traditional build. With a company like Avonline, this building's also relocatable. So given the amount of different sites they have around the UK, they know that this could be demounted and erected at another site in a matter of weeks rather than months. At Spaciotempo, we have a dedicated aftercare team that help with such things as MOTs, repairs, any remedial works on the building. The MOT is something that we heavily encourage after 2 years, and it's something Avonline are aware of to make sure that the buildings can last 5 years, 10 years, even 15 years, provided they have the right care.